Welcome to another session of Hotel Law. Today we are going to cover the topic of Partnership Act. Little introduction about myself. Myself Chitra Sharma, Assistant Professor with AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology. What is a Partnership Act? It came into existence in 1932. The objective was to bring in the relation between two persons to share a profit of business carried on by them or any one of them acting for them. The content which we are going to see in this presentation is the definition of partnership, what are the essential or key elements of partnership, the different kinds of partners, types of partnership, right of partners, partnership deed, and what's the difference between a partnership firm and a company. According to the Constitution, a partnership is defined as a relation between person who has agreed to share the profits of a business carried on by all or any one of them acting for it. The essential elements of the partnership are basically association of two or more persons should be there. Partners must be competent. That means they should be of a stable mind. They should not be minor. There must be existing business. It should not be imaginary business. Contract may be expressed or it should be implied. They should share profit and loss, and prevalence of mutual agency should be there. There are different kinds of partners in a partnership firm. The basic classifications are like actual or active partners. Actual or active partners are there who invest their money and they completely take the responsibility of business on them, and they actually do the obligation and all the duties of a firm. The second one is a dormant or sleeping partner who is only the investor for the business, but he doesn't take in the obligation or the duties of the firm. The third one is a nominal partner who is below the age of 18, but in certain cases, if they need partner more than two, they take a partner as a nominal partner who won't be investing, but he will have little bit share in the profit. He will be on papers with the power of attorney of one of the partners. The fourth one is the partner in profit only. They are no way in the business. They don't invest also, but they are partners in profit only. There are different types of partnership also, like a partnership at will, where it is not mentioned in the agreement till what time the partnership deed will be. Either it can be for 6 months, it can be for a year, it can be for lifelong. So it is not mentioned in the agreement. The secondly, there is a particular partnership where it will be only for specific venture. Like there can be a partnership between two people. One can be skilled one, the other one is just an investor. The skilled one can say, I can come into partnership only till the opening of the restaurant. When the restaurant is open, the partnership deed can end. Partnership for a fixed term, where the business they can say, we will do business for 3 years, so I will be partner for 3 years term. What are the different rights of a partner? Uh, the partner has right to take part in all the management decision, whatever he can take from his side or any of his partner's side also. Every partner has a right to take part in the conduct of the business. Nobody can stop them. They have the rights to do whether the things are going properly or not. If there is any modification has to be done, then with the consultation of the other partner, he can do it. Partners have right to inspect all the accounts books or any other book, purchase books, store books, and they can verify the books also. Every partner has a right to check the books of accounts of the firm, and they can get the copies of the same. Partners have right to take the books of the accounts to the firm, whatever book is, and they can take a xerox copy of it also, and they can verify how many times they want. The partners have rights to consult to each other for any major decision or anything which has to be consulted, and the decision has to be taken. Every partner has a right to be consulted and heard before any matter is decided. If any decision has to be taken for the firm, the partners, it will be beneficial. They consult each other, they discuss the matter, then they come out for a decision. Partners have rights to interest on capital also. A partner is not entitled for to receive the interest which he has for the capital which he has contributed. He is only right for the profit or the loss, but the interest which is earned by the capital investment, he doesn't have the right. He has a right to use the property, the firm which he is a partner. He has right to use for the benefit of the business, but any illegal thing he can't do there. But if he is using for any other purpose, it is always better he takes the consultation or approval from the other partner. Partner has right to admit or accept one partner. Yes, if the firm needs one new partner to come in, with the consultation of the other partner, he can admit someone. So new partnership deed can be framed. And if any partner has to be removed from the business due to some circumstances, they can be expelled from the business with the consultation of the other partner. Partner have the right to give their opinion and do alteration modification with the prior approval of all the partners. Partners have right to collect the debts and give receipt on the behalf of the other partner. Partner can act as an agent for the business. He can represent the firm. He can take certain decision for the firm, and he can act for the other partners also. Partners have the right of retirement. Every partner goes through a retirement from the firm with a mutual consent from other partners. But when the partnership is at will, he can leave the firm at any time by giving a due notice of retirement from the firm. Basically, this notice period is around 2 months to 3 months. Partners have right for competing business. If there is a competition of the business, partners can bid for it from his firm, and he can consult the other partner also. If any outgoing partner has a right to start business, yes, he can, but he can't use the same firm name, and he can be a competitor for them, but he can't use the same firm and the same place. Partners have interest on loan. Yes, they can take the interest on loan, but they are equally responsible for paying the loan also. Partners can't be expelled by on his own. He has to be consulted with the other people also. Other people means the partners. There are few exceptions where the partners get profit in the business. Might be they might not be partner in the firm, like the property owner. For example, the firm is the landowner where the firm is standing. He says, I don't want money for the land, but you can share your profit to certain extent with me. The money lender, from where the business has taken, partners have taken the money from the money lender, but they are not able to pay, so he can ask some amount of profit. Any employee who has done very well for the organization, so as a appreciation, he can be given some amount of the profit. A widow, one of the partner has passed away, his widow, yes, out of goodwill they can give a profit to the widow. Sale of goodwill, basically this happens a lot with the industry, where the tour operators who increase the business of the hotel by getting in the guest, by spreading the good word of the hotel, they can be given a little bit of profit, so that in future also they help us to get the business. Now let us see what is a partnership deed. Partnership deed is a document that defines the rights and obligation of partners. It basically contains names, address, occupation of partners, and it lays down the duration of partnership, the nature of business, what is the profit sharing ratio or the loss sharing ratio, the right to their interest, what is their salary and commission, anything else is there. Partnership deed is one of the very important document for a firm. It basically should have the following classes, like the name of the parties, that means the name of the partners, their complete name with their father's name also, what kind of business is it, the nature of business, whether it's a manufacturing unit, whether it's a processing unit, that has to be mentioned. What is the duration of the partnership has to be clearly mentioned, whether it's for 3 months, 6 months, 2 years or 3 years. What is the name of the firm, whether the name has been registered or not. What is the capital investment by each of the partners has to be given clearly. What is the profit sharing and loss sharing ratio between the partners has to be mentioned, whether it's 50-50, whether it's 40-60, whether it's 80-20, whatever it is, it has to be mentioned. The firm's banking details, account firm has to be given, like which branch is the account holding of the firm, what is their IFC code, where it is located, and usually in partner firms, the account is always a current account, it is never a saving account. The different books of accounts which are maintained in the firm has to be shown. What all powers each partner has got has to be mentioned, and it has to be properly in a written document. What are the clause has been kept for retirement and expulsion of the partners has to be mentioned. In case of a death of a partner, what the firm will take the decision has to be there. And if there is a dissolution of the partner, what is going to happen to the firm has to be done. And if any settlement has to be done for the dispute, how it is going to be done has to be mentioned. Now let us see what is the effect if the partnership firm is not registered. Uh, they can't file a case in the civil court by any partner or against the firm or against the co-partner. No suit in the civil court against the third party. If any third party has done any kind of fraud with the firm, they can't file a suit because the partnership firm is not registered. The firm or partners cannot make any claim to set off the proceeding based on the contract, but because the court of law says we don't recognize this partnership. Now let us see a very quick difference between a partnership and company act, because in the next presentation I will be taking you through the companies act in detail. The first difference is between the regulating act. Both work in a very different system. Partnership is a very smaller firm, whereas company act is a very huge thing where it is basically public limited. So the regulating act also differs. Number of members in partnership minimum can be 2, but in companies act it's minimum 11. Entity, their identity is totally different. Liability is very huge in companies act, and in partnership it is less. Authority of members in partnership is basically between 2 people or maximum to 3 or 4, but in company act minimum it is 11 people. In partnership firm, audit is done by a private CA, but in Companies Act, it is always done by a government approved chartered accountant. The registration of both the entities stands very different. There is lot of document has to be submitted for Companies Act, but in partnership firm, only the partnership deed can be submitted to the court of law. The ownership of the property, here it is basically between 2 people, but there it starts minimum with 11 people. So we can conclude this presentation stating that a partnership is governed by the Indian Partnership Act of 1936. A minor cannot become a partner, though he can be admitted to the benefits of partnership only with the consent of other partners. A firm subjected to contract between the partners gets dissolved by death or insolvency of a partner. This presentation has been made with the help of a Hotel Law book, which is authored by Mr. Amitabh Devendra, and it's an Oxford publication. There is a link given in the description box for solving the quiz. Have a great learning and stay safe.